From Gasoline Alley today, and we are going to show you how to do a few different things on this truck. I'm going to start with a windshield. Our windshield is part number TKP048. It's for the turbine cab Tonka, as you can kind of see. They tend to get a lot of cracks and chips and breaks in here because of the way they are designed, and the plastic is sticking out from the metal. So we're just going to replace the windshield. I'm going to use the same cab and a little bit different one here, but we'll start with the windshield today. So we're putting a new one in. Again, our part number TKP048. So on this truck here, these two tabs down the bottom is basically what you get into it. These were bent over. I pre-bent them straight just to help, but you basically just got to get in there, screwdriver, get them up straight, and then you can get into here and pry the grill off. So once we get the grill off, just put that out. You can leave the two upper tabs how they are. You can take it out kind of carefully. The little rubber bumper will stay right in the bumper for you. Take that off. You have the cab now. Pull the whole windshield assembly out. Unfortunately, these break a lot too, and if this is broke, we can't help you with that. Nobody's ever made this part as a replacement, the white part, but the windshield just pops off. Take the new one out of the bag. Nice, fresh, clean windshield. Put it right back on how the other one came off. Slide the whole assembly back in. And then basically you take your grill again, take the two tabs that you didn't even bend, slide them back in there, put back through here, and in there. And then now, as long as we got a new one in, I'm going to just bend them down. Some people, I do recommend sometimes using like a soft jaw pliers. It tends not to mar up the bumper a little bit as much, but I didn't grab one of those today, so we're just gonna basically turn and twist down, turn a little bit of it, and squeeze in. Grill is back on. Fresh new windshield in the truck. So we're good to go. Again, TKP048, good looking truck again now. And again, as long as this is not broken, we're good to go. And get rid of the old crappy ones and toss them in the garbage. So there you go. That's today's part installation for the first one. A lot of people are always asking me, how the hell do I keep the new wheels or the tires on the Tonka axles? And do you have axles and stuff like that? So we sell a handy dandy little clip. So I'll show you, a lot of trucks you get like this, somebody's already hacked the wheels off and whatever, but two different styles, but they're all Tonkas kind of did them the same. So on the end of the axle, there's a finished end and a non-finished end on the axle. So the non-finished ends, we call them, they basically pin it over to hold that little washer clip on. So if the axles are gone, so that basically is how the wheel keeps from falling off. The other side of the axle is normally a finished axle with like a bigger head on the end of the axle. So if you don't have any axles, or you're like starting from scratch, or you get a truck without anything, you can get 3/16 inch rod stock. You can get at Menards, Lowe's, Home Depot, anything like that. Cut it to length. We don't normally sell this just because you can get it so easily on your own. And that's where I'd have to go to actually get it from. So there's no margin if you can go buy it for the same price as I can. So we don't necessarily stock it, but you can get it whatever lengths. Usually it's 2 or 3 foot lengths. You can get cut it up to what you need. But then basically what you do. So I'm reusing the old wheels in this truck, but we do have replacements as well. So we have this would be a TKP002 hubcap on this part, the hubcap center. And then the wheel and white walls are our TKP072. So I just popped these off for the demonstration today, but we would normally put on new parts if we didn't have any old ones laying around. But if you have old ones laying around, great. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. So you basically just put the one wheel through the axle like that and get it through here. and then much easier than trying to repeen the axle like what would come factory from Tonka, because again, you'd have to find a washer. We sell these little axle clips. Now it's just a flat little clip for use on 3/16 axle. Their part number on our website and the restoration supplies is just clip CLP 3/16. We sell them, I think, in bags of a dozen. So then basically once you get it all back on, you just put that on the end of the axle, press it in a little bit tight. There you go. If you're using I just reuse the same axle, so this was the finished end on this side, but if you're using just plain rod stock, put an axle on both sides, or I'm sorry, a clip on both sides of the axle, and then basically you just kind of pop the white walls back in that you can buy from us or reuse. Push them in. Always get the hubcap inside the white wall first, because you can't get it back in there. So if you're using white walls, whether they're the plastic or the rubbers, get the hubcap in the white wall first, and then just pop it inside the tire. You just press in, and there you go. New set of wheels on your Tonka cabs. So with using the clips without the peen end, really nice and simple. Makes for a very, very clean finished look. Some people try to use like top hat nuts and stuff like that, and those are usually too thick to fit underneath the hubcap, so they just don't work right. So just a little tip and trick, those little flat clips that we sell, like I said, I think by the bag of a dozen, 4 to a truck, so you can do 3 trucks for what we sell the bag for, and you're good to go on replacing the wheels on Tonka.